Okay, we got multiple exclusive interviews that are new, some additional features coming post-launch, a very limited time reward, and a new promotion, as well as showing you all the upcoming events heading into Diablo 4's launch. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you're interested in earning a free Diablo 4 game copy, the Comeback Kids are doing a giveaway. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video to see how you can earn a free copy for yourself. Kicking things off with a hot one, we got an exclusive interview from the game director, Joe Piapiora, over at Eurogamer. Starting off, he explained that the chances of coming across players in the open world is going to be fairly low, as regular regions in the world have a cap on the number of players you can actually encounter. He states that it's important to us that the player feels they are isolated as they wander around the world, so the likelihood of you coming across players is fairly low. We don't allow for a very high number of players to exist in the regular regions around the world. We're not doing this for technical consideration. We're doing this specifically because we want to ensure we have created a certain sensibility around the experiences as you're progressing through. When he was also asked about how level scaling will work, we learned that using the skip campaign function on a feature will scale the entire world to your level, allowing you to start in any region of your choosing. Joe states that when you play a skipped campaign state version of the game, the world is all going to be scaled to you entirely. He also states that monsters will only scale up to level 50 in World Tier 1 and 2, emphasizing that you could be level 60, for example, and still wander and finish your collections, or just finish up any side quests you might want to do, and you'll pretty much just fly through the content because you'll be so much more powerful than the monsters you are fighting. He states that the Druid is one of the strongest classes, at least according to our internal test. However, players were not able to experience the Druid's full potential during our betas. So a lot of new interesting information when it comes to the world scaling as well as the skip campaign feature. I actually love the fact that once you skip the campaign, you could start wherever you want and start doing any content that you would want to do. I think it's actually really helpful for replayability for Diablo 4's long-term health, and I definitely could agree that the Druid is a lot more powerful than people think. I mean, not having their class mechanic as well as being the class that is, you know, the most gear and skill point reliant in the game, I think we all have another thing coming when it comes to the Druid's power in the mid to late game. Blizzard Entertainment also hosted a private dinner party with celebrities, tastemakers, and creators who were the first to try a new hellish creation. I'm sure you've seen over the last couple days about the Butcher drink that just came out. They stated that over the beta weekend, billions of demons and monsters were slayed, and with the leftover parts, residents of Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York can find out for themselves with the demon meat shakes arriving at their doorsteps on Friday, May 19th, which was yesterday. Then you would possibly get a DM from their partner Fuji with instructions on how to receive it. They even had the famous David Harbour at the events, as well as a bunch of developers and Riker. On Riker's livestream that night, we even got some new exclusive information from the developer Rod Fergusson. Rod Fergusson confirmed some really interesting news that you can actually do the story acts out of order if you really went out of your way, stating that if you are determined, you could find the start of Act 3 if you really wanted to. He also says that what's really nice about the world scaling is that you'll even be able to return to the prologue area and be offered groups of enemies that match your current level. However, the only thing that doesn't scale is the capstone dungeon bosses that are at a very specific level in the endgame. He also states that once the developers get comfortable with the balance of the game, they'll most likely get into leaderboards and post-game reports. He emphasizes that they don't want to rush them out and they want to put more effort into the design of them. He says if he was betting on it, you could potentially expect leaderboards to appear starting Season 3. Lastly, when it comes to updates, expect it to take a season to get those integrated. With 2 seasons being made simultaneously to keep up with demand, it could be a challenge for the developers. This doesn't even include things like balance updates and major fixes that are going to be needed, and he also says that any specific changes to seasons, that may take 1 rotation after a season is completed to see feedback implemented. So 2 exclusive brand new interviews with a lot of information coming in, ladies and gentlemen. You know, once again, the developers emphasizing the absolute freedom Diablo 4 is going to bring with, you know, leveling however you want to. I mean, I personally wish there would be leaderboards coming into at least Season 2, seeing as most of the player base might stop, playing the game and heading into Season 3. So we'll have to see how that pans out come Season 3 in the next 8 to 10 months from now. Moving along, we have some more developer updates over Twitter, starting things with Rod Fergusson getting a question asking on if it's possible to not engage in PvP at all, and that some people just want to play the story to get strong and help their own friends. Rod Fergusson states that yes, just don't enter the fields of hatred to completely avoid PvP. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, all the rewards that you can earn for PvP that are exclusive are only cosmetic in nature. There is no additional power that you can gain from PvP other than the ability to trash talk as much as possible to players that you defeat in battle. It also seems that console players are a little bit frustrated on the poor range of movement skills on controllers, stating that teleport and leap are great skills, but just not fun the way they are on console. Joe Piapiora replied saying that they've heard this feedback and it's something they're going to be working on and improving. So definitely a heads up for console players out there. It's personally the only reason I'm not using a PS5 remote, connecting it to my PC while I play Diablo, because I want the most control possible on my movement skills, and that is kind of an issue. They were also asked if Diablo 4 is going to be a global release, meaning that the game is going to release at the same exact time in the US as well as other countries. Adam Fletcher simply replied, global. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Diablo 4's early access starts on June 1st at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and the main launch at June 5th is going to be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you have your schedule cleared for those date and times, clear it up with the wife or husband, whatever you got to do. Make sure you're prepped for those days. Now, a question that I've been a bit curious about myself was, on launch, how is the world boss schedule going to be? Are they going to be active the whole time? Is it going to be scheduled? What's going on there? Are there going to be different time intervals? Adam Fletcher took to Twitter stating that there will be spawn times, but they will variate. I'm sure some of those hardcore players out there are going to be finding the times and learning the variations very quickly. I'm definitely going to have to rely on some people from the community to help me out with that because I'm pretty bad at scheduling myself. It also looks like we have some exclusive Steel Series equipment coming out with some Diablo aspects on them. A fan recently got an email stating that Diablo and Steel Series is doing a crossover, and if you could receive Lilith's blessing by May 23rd. If you don't know, Steel Series is a Danish manufacturer of gaming accessories, including headsets, keyboards, mice, controllers, whatever. So having a crossover with that would be absolutely fantastic if you're in need of a new mouse, keyboard, or headset, whatever it may be. It'd be really awesome to get some Diablo 4 themed gaming equipment while you actually slay the demons, so heads up on that one. By the way, if you have a fear of missing out on some of the new Diablo events coming out, here are the rumored or leaked upcoming events for Diablo 4 and their dates. We have the rumored KFC promotion coming on May 29th, the Support a Streamer campaign coming on June 5th for Twitch, the Twitch drops that are apparently coming and were leaked as well, the Internet Gaming Room event in Korea, and the Accelerated Seasonal Battle Pass, which earns you an exclusive cosmetic. So if you're interested, you could jot these down or take a screenshot so see what's coming up in the next few weeks. The Diablo team also just released the second Lorebook episode in their lore series, with it being titled Sanctuary. This time, this episode is about revealing more information about the creation of Sanctuary and our mother and father Lilith and Inarius. So be sure, ladies and gentlemen, to check out the first episode if you haven't seen it yet, or you can do what I'm going to do, and that's pretty much wait until all of them are released to binge them all a day before the game actually comes out. I always hated that idea of waiting weekly for episodes on a TV show like Game of Thrones. I'm not going back to that anytime soon. We also got a ton of people hyped for the Diablo 4 launch, showing their cosplays off over Twitter to the Diablo team. We have people dressing up as Lilith and different character classes, as well as Tyrael or Inarius to express themselves and show off. These are some absolutely amazing cosplays, and man, I wish I had half the talent to create something this incredible. If anyone wants to make me something, I would happily wear it on stream and give a massive shout out, by the way. The only thing I will ask is that it's not a Duriel cosplay, because that guy scared the crap out of me on my first Diablo 2 playthrough.
Holy Jesus H, mother of good God.
Lastly, Blizzard also just released their new 360 experience for the Cathedral of Diablo in France. This was recently opened to the public, bringing incredible murals to this chapel on Diablo 4's story on the character's journey to face Lilith. Now, I personally can't make it to France to see this amazing spectacle, so, you know, having this VR experience to check it out is definitely something you're going to want to do if you can't do it as well. If you have the VR goggles, it's probably even better, so make sure to spend 5 to 10 minutes to at least look at it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new series of videos coming out on the Combat Kids channel displaying all of the classes in Diablo 4 and highlighting some of the biggest leaks and endgame features found for them as well. You know, giving you very crucial information to get you prepared on launch day, so if you guys are interested, be sure to be on the lookout for these in the next week or two to really give yourself a good preparation for day one. We're also going to be doing live streams heading into the launch day themselves on every class to help you theorycraft, so if you're interested, be sure to check those out also. Don't forget, we're also doing a giveaway for a free Diablo 4 game copy, so make sure you click the link in the description below to find out more information on how you could win that. The Comeback Kids also have a Discord server that you could join, chat with friends, meet new people, and even find your party for launch day in here because we're chatting and talking every single day about Diablo 4, so if you want to chat with a bunch of people who just love the game and want to be a part of a community, go ahead, click on that link. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you all. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in Sanctuary. Peace!